What's up, people? If there's one thing I hate, it's the heat of the summer. What I love is some nostalgic music about summer, and these are songs with summer in the title. We're probably in August by the time that this video gets posted, and anyone who lives in New York knows that August in New York is disgusting because it gets very humid here. Hopefully these songs cool it down a bit for you. So these are some of my favorite songs with the word summer in the title. Up first is a song from a musical that one of my nephews used to watch almost every waking hour of his life when he was like 5. I used to babysit them, and I still have nightmares about this musical and Barney the dinosaur because of one of his brothers who used to watch the same videotape of Barney over and over and over. I could probably combine the two and write a surreal horror movie. Anyway, this song is from one of the biggest musicals and movies of all time. It set the record for longest running musical at the time with 3,388 shows, and it won 7 Tony Awards. The movie set the record at the time for highest grossing musical ever with over $396 million at the box office. It was also the highest grossing movie overall in 1978. The song is Summer Nights by Olivia Newton-John and John Travolta from the movie Grease from 1978.
Had me a blast. Summer loving happened so fast. I met a girl crazy for me. Met a boy cute as can be. Summer days drifting away to other summer nights. Tell me more, did you get very far? Tell me more, like the sea of a
So we step away from the Broadway musical genre and trade it out for a laid-back hip-hop summer anthem of the early 1990s. This one samples another instrumental song with summer on the title with Kool and the Gang's Summer Madness. It's uplifting and makes you think back on all the summers you've had with your friends and family at the park and barbecues. It was the easier days when people could afford to barbecue because the price of chopped meat wasn't $9 a pound. It was also before he started slapping the shit out of comedians on stage. The song is Summertime by DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, otherwise known as Will Smith, from 1991.
Drums, please!
Here it is, a groove slightly transformed. Just a bit of a break from the norm. Just a little something to break the monotony of all that hardcore dance that has gotten to be a little bit out of control. It's cool to dance, but what about a groove that soothes and moves romance? Give me a soft, subtle mix, and if it ain't broke, then don't try to fix it. And think of the summers of the past. Adjust the bass and let the Alpine blast. Pop in my CD and let me run a rhyme and put your car on cruise and lay back, cause it's summertime.
What I've noticed so far doing this video is that there are a lot of different genres of music where the topic is summer. We changed genres once more to rock now, and it's for a Canadian summer. The album that this song was on made this artist a star. He previously released 3 albums and had a successful previous album with Cuts Like a Knife that went to number 8, but this one shot up the charts and finally landed at number 1. The album with this song is called Reckless, and it has my favorite song of his and a duet with Tina Turner called It's Only Love. As the title kinda suggests to those with dirty male minds, this song is about a summer where the artist was thinking about sex. The song is Summer of '69 by Bryan Adams from 1985.
Some guys from school had a band and we tried real hard. Didn't quit until you got married. Should've known we'd never get far. But we're back now. So much in your life.
Up next is my favorite song in this video. It might be because it was in one of the movies of my childhood that has stood the test of time, spawning its own popular spin-off series almost 35 years after this movie became an instant classic. It could also be because it's just a great song, and it has a sort of chill vibe, but once you add it to something that you grew up with, it adds to the nostalgic feeling. I never thought I'd say that a song with a xylophone or marimba or vibraphone would be my favorite song on a list of 7 other songs, but everything about this song fits so perfectly. The vibe, the melody, the bass, the rhythm guitar, and yes, whatever instrument provides that riff transitioning into the verses. The song is Cruel Summer by Bananarama from 1983. Now we get to a couple of oldies but goodies. Yeah, I know, the 80s and 90s are oldies, but I'm talking about oldies from the 50s and 60s. And it's another genre change. This time I'm going to hit you with some jazz pop and probably the most recognizable crooner voice ever heard. This song makes you just want to get up and dance with someone. That is, if I actually danced. This one talks about love and love lost, but it does it in a beautiful upbeat way. It's one of those songs that comes in at just under 3 minutes, but it makes you want it to go on for much longer. The song is Summer Wind by Frank Sinatra from 1966.
The summer wind came blowing in from across the sea. It lingered there to touch your hair and walk with me. All summer long we sang a song, and then we strolled that golden sand. Two sweethearts and the summer wind, like painted kites, those days and nights, they went flying by. The world was new beneath a blue umbrella sky. Then softer than a piper man, one day it called to you. I lost you to the summer wind.
This next one is from the 50s, and it's a rock song, but it's talking about the blues and dealing with parents and working when you're in your teens, when all you want to be doing is hanging out with your friends and girls. This artist had a really bad case of the blues because 2 years after this song came out and made him famous, he was on his way back from performing a concert in England and died in a car accident riding in the back of a taxi at the very young age of 21 in 1960. The car went out of control and hit a concrete lamppost, and as this artist threw himself over his girlfriend, the songwriter Sharon Shealy, to shield her, he was thrown out of the car door, where he hit his head and passed the day after. He was traveling with 4 other occupants, with the driver being only 19 years old. This artist was the only passenger to die. When Shealy returned home to the States, she told Photoplay magazine that the artist had a premonition of his death and told her right before they entered the taxi, "You know, Sherry, I've got a queer feeling that fate's not gonna let us be together. Something awful is gonna happen. I can feel it." He immediately drew comparisons to actor James Dean, who died at the age of 24 in a car accident just 5 years earlier. Reading about his premonition made my gut wrench. What threw me for another loop is that Sharon Shealy died 42 years later of a brain hemorrhage. A monument of hers was placed right next to this artist's gravesite. The song is Summertime Blues by Eddie Cochran from 1958.
I'm gonna raise a fuss, I'm gonna raise a holler about a working all summer just to try to earn a dollar. Every time I call my baby, try to get a date, my boss says,
"No die, son, you gotta work late."
sometimes I wonder what I'm gonna do, but there ain't no cure for the summertime blues. Oh well, my mom and papa told me, son, you gotta make some money. If you wanna use the car to go a ride next Sunday. Oh well, I didn't go to work, told the boss I was sick.
Now you can't use a car 'cause you didn't work a leg.
Sometimes I wonder what I'm gonna do, but there ain't no cure for the summertime blues.
Our final song with summer in the title is what I think is a beautiful, soft, nostalgic song sung by a beautiful voice. It's just piano and a vocal, although the lyrics are a little bit perverted in parts. I know a couple of songs by her, but I think I'm going to have to explore more of her catalog. Not because of the perverted lyrics. Seriously, it's not because of that. The song is Summer in the City by Regina Spektor from 2006.
Summer in the city means cleavage, cleavage, cleavage. And I start to miss you, baby, sometimes. I've been staying up and drinking in a late night establishment, telling strangers personal things. Summer in the city, I'm so lonely, lonely, lonely. So I went to a protest just to rub up against strangers. And I did feel like coming, but I also felt like crying. And it doesn't seem so worth it right now.
Alright, so those are some songs with summer in the title. I hope you're having a cool summer in more ways than one. If you're in New York, you probably hate life right now, unless you're one of those weird people that love sitting in a pool of your own sweat. I just don't understand anyone that can like this weather. Alright, come back next week for another new video.